Malta, a tiny island in the heart of the Mediterranean, surprised me with its poetic blend of ancient history, crystal-clear waters, and soul-stirring landscapes. I never expected a place so small to feel so grand. In this Best Places to Visit in Malta video, you'll discover Malta's vibrant cities, must-see landmarks, hidden gems, historical wonders, and breathtaking coastal spots that I personally explored and fell in love with. By the end of this video, you'll have all the essential information to plan your own Malta adventure, and I'll be waiting in the comments for your likes, travel questions, and thoughts. Valletta Old Town was like stepping into a time capsule of European history, with its narrow limestone streets, grand Baroque buildings, and sweeping views of the Grand Harbour that left me awestruck from the very first moment. As I strolled along Republic Street, the beating heart of the city, I couldn't help but soak in the lively atmosphere filled with boutique shops, charming cafes, and historical landmarks at every turn. One of the most unforgettable highlights of my visit was exploring St. John's Co-Cathedral, a masterpiece of artistic grandeur, where I was blown away by the lavish gold-gilded interiors and the striking Caravaggio paintings housed inside. For a peaceful pause, I headed to Upper Barakka Gardens, where I found a quiet bench overlooking the harbour and stayed just in time for the saluting battery, a daily cannon firing tradition that echoes Malta's military legacy. A short walk downhill brought me to the Lower Barakka Gardens, a lesser visited but incredibly serene spot filled with shady trees, a majestic monument to Sir Alexander Ball, and gorgeous views of the sea. Curious to learn more about Malta's rich military past, I ventured into Fort St. Elmo, a historic fortress that played a crucial role during the Great Siege of 1565 and now houses the National War Museum. From Valletta, I took a short ferry ride across the Grand Harbour to the three cities Birgu, Senglea, and Cospicua, which offered a glimpse into the island's medieval past with their narrow alleyways, fortified walls, and a slower, more local pace of life. One of my favourite side trips was to Marsaxlokk fishing village, where rows of colourful luzu boats bobbed in the water and the Sunday fish market was full of local flavours, fresh seafood, and the rhythms of daily life. Not far from there, I spent a sunny afternoon at St. Peter's Pool, a stunning natural swimming spot with flat rocks perfect for sunbathing and crystal-clear waters ideal for a refreshing dip. One of Malta's most magical natural wonders was the Blue Grotto, where I joined a boat tour through a series of sea caves illuminated by otherworldly blue reflections. For history lovers, visiting the Ḥaġar temples was an unforgettable experience. Standing in front of structures older than the Egyptian pyramids felt both humbling and surreal. A short path led me to the Mnajdra temples, where the alignment with the solstices made me appreciate how advanced these ancient civilizations truly were. To explore Malta's greener and more tranquil side, I crossed over to Gozo Island, which felt like a peaceful rural escape full of natural beauty and timeless charm. In Gozo's capital, Victoria, I wandered through the bustling town until I reached the Cittadella, an ancient hilltop fortress with breathtaking views of the entire island stretching out in all directions. Inside the Cittadella, St. George's Basilica amazed me with its Baroque splendor, marble details, and quiet reverence. Not far away, I explored the Ġgantija temples, some of the oldest freestanding stone structures in the world, which made me reflect on the incredible history buried within these islands. On a sunny day, I made my way to Ramla Bay, one of Gozo's most iconic beaches known for its reddish-golden sand and shallow waters, perfect for a relaxing swim. From there, I hiked up to Calypso Cave and Tal-Mixta Cave, both offering postcard-worthy panoramic views over the bay and steeped in mythological significance. At Xlendi Bay, I watched the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and pink while enjoying a peaceful seafood dinner by the calm shore. Though the azure window no longer stands, the surrounding area of Djewra Bay remains a dramatic coastal wonder, with the inland sea providing a tranquil lagoon perfect for a boat ride through the rock tunnel to the open sea. Just nearby, I saw divers descending into the famous Blue Hole, a vertical underwater sinkhole surrounded by rock arches and marine life. I also visited Fungus Rock, a towering limestone islet that once held great medicinal importance to the Knights of Malta. One of the most spiritual stops on Gozo was Pinu Basilica, a grand pilgrimage site known for its peaceful aura, stunning mosaics, and miraculous history. For a more secluded swim, I found Mgarr ix-Xini, a narrow bay hidden between cliffs, ideal for snorkeling and escaping the crowds. Walking through Wied il-Għasri, a narrow valley that opens into a tiny cove, I was stunned by how untouched and peaceful the surroundings were. The salt pans of Gozo, carved into the coast near Marsalforn, showed me how sea salt has been harvested here for centuries, a beautiful blend of nature and tradition. At Marsalforn Bay, I relaxed at a seaside cafe, enjoying the rhythm of everyday island life and watching fishermen haul in their daily catch. One of the highlights of my trip was a full-day excursion to Comino Island, where I snorkeled through the Santa Maria caves, discovering magical underwater tunnels and schools of fish. But the most famous spot was without a doubt the Blue Lagoon, where the water was so clear and turquoise, it almost looked unreal, a perfect place to swim, sunbathe, and unwind. Returning to the main island, I enjoyed a lovely evening stroll along the Sliema promenade, with its sea views, bustling cafes, and vibrant energy. Not far away, Spinola Bay and St. Julian's Bay offered a scenic blend of coastal charm and nightlife, with plenty of restaurants and bars lining the water. I loved the relaxed vibe at Baluta Bay, where I sipped coffee at a seaside cafe beneath neo-Gothic architecture and watched the world go by. Further north, the lively town of Bujabar stood out with its family-friendly atmosphere and the Malta National Aquarium, where I learned about the local marine ecosystems. For beach lovers, Golden Bay was a favorite of mine, with its wide sandy shore and unforgettable sunsets that bathed the cliffs in golden light. A short but rewarding hike took me to Ain Tufiaha Bay, a more rugged and secluded beach that felt like a secret escape from the world. Following the trail further, I reached Arbor Bay, an even more hidden gem surrounded by dramatic cliffs and untouched beauty. Melieha Bay, Malta's largest sandy beach, was ideal for a relaxing beach day with family, offering calm waters and water sports. For something more unique, I visited Popeye Village, the original film set of the 1980 musical, now transformed into a whimsical attraction with colorful wooden houses and fun photo ops. One of the most magical towns I explored was Mdina, the silent city, where the cobbled streets, ancient stone buildings, and panoramic views made it one of the most atmospheric places I visited. Inside Mdina, St. Paul's Cathedral impressed me with its stunning dome, beautiful frescoes, and spiritual aura. Just outside Mdina, I discovered San Anton Gardens, a peaceful retreat with elegant landscaping, vibrant flowers, and free-roaming peacocks. In the town of Mostar, I visited the Rotunda of Mostar, where I stood beneath one of the world's largest unsupported church domes, which astonishingly survived a bomb during World War II. Hiking along the Victoria Lines, a British-era defensive wall cutting across the island, gave me sweeping countryside views and a different perspective of Malta's history. Before ending my trip, I spent time in Basket Gardens, the island's only woodland area, where I found shade under ancient trees and a refreshing escape into nature. And finally, I watched the sun slowly dip into the horizon at Dingley Cliffs, the highest point in Malta, an unforgettable farewell to a land rich in beauty, heritage, and soul. That was my unforgettable journey through the best places to visit in Malta, with everything you need to know before setting foot on this magical island. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video if it inspired you, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on more travel adventures around the world. And if you have any specific questions or need more tips for your Malta trip, feel free to drop them in the comments, I'd love to help.